Hey guys, what's up? This is Simeon Basis. Okay, so like I said in the video about where I talked about YouTube has screwed me over, because I was going to do a video about Walmart. And if you're wanting to get a job there, I would not recommend it. And if you do pretty much want to work there, all I'm going to say is please don't be a truck unloader. Because I saw one video, and this person, I could literally relate to this person. His name is Zach the Ranter. His video is known as Work at Walmart. I completely agree with him on everything he says. But if you do want to work at Walmart, I'll say this: don't be a truck unloader. Be something different. Be maybe like a cashier or a garden center. Because the rest is BS. Don't be a third shift stalker. Third shift is some of the worst. I've seen the third shift. Jesus. But I worked at Walmart from, I believe, September 2015 to December. No. No, it was December 2016, if I'm correct. I worked there for about a year and 3 months. Jesus Christ. So, when I first started working at Walmart, man, I had to go to orientation. It was so fucking early in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I am a night person, so I was tired and just worn out. And then we went to, when I started my shift, it was like 4 to 1. So I got there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon until about 1 o'clock in the morning. I had to do CVLs for like 2 or 3 days. And, oh my god, it was just, all this crap that I learned, it was stupid. Half of it was what I needed, the other half not really. Because I really wasn't out on the floor, really. If I did, I was out pulling freight, or I was out stocking after we got certain things done, which barely happened because of how many people we had at the time, but I'll get to that in a bit. So, I got to meet my supervisor, who me and him had almost a fight before he left, but I'll get into that in a bit. He seemed really cool at first. He was a really cool black guy. He was buddy with the store owner, which I thought was okay. Maybe, if I can be buddy with him, it might, do some good. We had temp workers at the time, so when we had the temp workers, man, we got the truck done. But man, when I first started working, I had to learn all these different departments. Man, that GM truck, I swear to God, it was like huge. The first day, it was like 3,000 piece truck. It was huge. Huge truck. But I think they put me on every store's different, but I had to do a combination of chemicals, HBA, pharmacy, and bedding, and whatever else it's called. So I started doing that every day. Then I had to do this thing called breakback boxes. Let me tell you about breakback boxes. Those things are some of the worst, if not the worst, fucking things to do in the truck crew. They are very tedious. You have to be very fast at breakback boxes. I had probably let's see. We had a 2 truck day. It was getting close towards the holidays. I'd say about 6 pallets, and I had to get it done in about an hour by myself. I couldn't do it. I didn't get done until probably like about, let's see, 11. Let's see, start at 4. Got done with the truck about 8. Probably about 1:30 by myself, because all the other guys that we had at the time literally had to go and pull out pallets, but I got no help. I'm getting far ahead. My apologies. But so I would say when we got the truck done, brake pack boxes. Now we didn't have to worry about apparel. We didn't have to do that till we switched over to the cat team, but I'm not worried about talking about that at the moment. Now the one thing that really pissed me off was the grocery truck. How in the fucking hell are you going to put chips and fucking pharmacy into a goddamn like paper pallet and a chemicals pallet too? You're gonna put paper on top of chemicals. That's a fucking waste. We had to downstack that shit. I literally had to sit here, get all these freaking chips and crap out of there. Of course, we didn't have to, but shit. Our supervisor made us. We had to. I mean, we literally had to get in there, get the chips, the diapers, and the pharmacy stuff. Had to downstack it, get it to the right department, and the fucking paper pallet's gonna fucking fall. Hated it. Really and truly. Then we had to sit there and sort it through fucking aisles. That fucking took forever. Because our aisles are so specific. It's ridiculous. Every store is different, I get that, but oof. Now when my supervisor was the guy who never worked with us, he would always walk out, and I'm going to say his name because it doesn't matter. His name was Benji. That's what we called him. And he was one of the most ghetto motherfuckers I've ever met. I mean, he'd go out and chase underage girls, sit in McDonald's while we did the truck with the temp workers. I mean, he wouldn't do much. All he'd do is just flirt with the girls, try to get some underage ass, and be an idiot. Yeah, he's got a kid. But you know what? He's a single father, and I could understand why that girl did not want to be with him. But, there was a time where he came in wearing a cast. Like well, not a cast, but like one of those little boot things that you put on after you're done with the cast. I forgot what they're called, but he wore that for about a week, and we knew he was playing because we saw him walking around without it. But he just wanted everybody to feel bad for him so he can get quote unquote attention. And man, the managers were fucking every day. But a few of the bad managers left or went on to night shift, so we only had to worry about them for so long. But now, when we were introduced to the frozen dairy truck, that is where it pissed me off the most. We had this very narrow area to where we had to get into the walk-in cooler where we keep the milk and stuff, and where we put the the cheeses and crap from the frozen dairy truck. I'd say probably about It wasn't that big. I'd say the pallet, say about 2 or 3 inches away from the pallet. That's how small it is. And it's just mostly like the front aisle stuff, like the candy and crap where they can't fit it, they bin it in there. It is so small. Those pallets are so bulky. Trying to get in there and having to sit here and just be like, oh crap, please don't, please don't. And there were probably more than one occasion where you'd get stuck in that little area. And whoop, there goes the whole pallet. Why? Because it's too damn small. And the door is too damn fucking small too. Because the pallets are so goddamn overstacked. It's not even funny. Oh, and I forgot to mention about the grocery truck. The way they fucking stacked those drink pallets. I don't even know how the fuck they even stayed up half the time. And sometimes when the trucks get there, the pallet's already fallen over. It's already freaking leaking. I could tell you more than once. Horrible stacked pallets. Oh, especially the double stacked pallets. When you had to get the, not the electric jack, but the, it's that one jack that, it's the one that reaches the far pallets up on top. I don't remember the name of it, but it was a lot of fun. I like that thing. But that thing was a piece of shit. It barely worked half the time, but, so, when we lost the temp workers, it was down to maybe like 3-4 of us. And yeah, about 3 or 4 of us. Now, we had people come in and out. They never lasted. The core people, it was ridiculous. Now, we had one guy who I was training, and I was teaching him how to throw the truck. And then he came out, and I was like, hey, dude, you need to learn how to assort certain areas. And he said, this is going to be my last day, cuz. I said, okay, but you still got to do your job. And then he starts rapping about not wanting to do boxes. Saying, I ain't going to pick up that box no more. I'm going to just throw it no more. I was like, are you a moron? In my head. That was the last I ever saw of him. Thank God. So the main core people, we finally had a good crew for like 7-8 months. And I will say this, say their names. It was Aaron, Clark, Jeffrey, Dale, and then me. You're 5, including our supervisor, who barely did anything. We were the 5 people who barely did anything. No one else worked with us at all. They all just said, fuck you, we're gone. So we were the core 5 people every freaking night. Now, we had one guy who was our supervisor. Apparently, they said he had some stroke or something, and he wasn't going to be back for like months on end. I mean, I only worked with him like once, and he hadn't been back since then, but I'll get to him. His name was Tony, but I'll get to him in a bit. So, we all got sick and tired of Benji. Every day we worked with Benji was nightmare. I mean, he wouldn't work. We were lucky if we had any people back there, because we had Jeffrey. He only worked 4 days a week. He only was like the weekend where he worked Friday to Monday, had 3 days off. We had Dale, who was really lazy, fat, and stupid. Only work when he wants to. And Clark was the best person to have on the truck, because he knew how to do grocery very well. Aaron was the strong point, and then you had me, who did the other side and brake packs very quickly. So, but Jeffrey was the longest running person we had. So, after Jeffrey, me and Jeffrey became friends along with all of us. I mean, we all bickered, didn't get along with each other, but at the end of the night, we were all still friends. We all said sorry to each other, but hey, it wasn't our fault. It was management. It was Benji, everybody. So, Benji decides to throw a truck one day. He was telling us to hurry it up. We had... All he was doing... Actually, no. He wasn't throwing the truck. Aaron was throwing the truck. Benji was pushing the line. I was running a whole area by myself. I had to do babies, apparel, hunting, not outdoor sporting goods, lawn and garden, chemicals, HBA pharmacy, and bedding and break pack boxes, like setting up the boxes and stuff, and electronics. I had the whole side by myself, while Jeffrey was doing the other side of like furniture, and from furniture to pets, and Clark was doing grocery usually. So he was doing like electronics, automotive, not electronics. Jeffrey was doing automotive and etc. etc. Oh, and I was doing 3 and 67, if I'm correct. That's what it's called. Celebrations. Man, Celebrations got way too much fucking bubble wrap every day. I'll tell you that. But he was sitting here telling us to go fucking faster. I could only pick up so many boxes at one time. Because I'm sitting here, I'm tired. It's fucking 100-something degrees in the back almost. And we're all fucking sweating. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm dehydrated. I'm about ready to fucking pass out. And I'm sitting here running back and forth. We're not even halfway through the fucking truck. And management's coming back there, like, looking in the truck like, you guys need to hurry. Start pushing. They start pushing the line. Nobody fucking here to help. And then one day, and then pretty much we were just like, you know what, fuck it. Clark snapped. And then we all got fucking sick and tired of it. Management heard it. We all went to the fucking office. None of us got written up, but we all got yelled at. I didn't say nothing. I was quiet, because apparently I've already had 2 write-ups. One was because I missed too many days. Well, you know what? I'm sorry if I'm fucking sick and I was fucking in the hospital because McDonald's decided to give me a fucking food poisoning. And they still counted that against me, which is stupid. And the other one was because I didn't know the bitch's name. I just said that dyke. Or the lesbian. Yes, I should have not said that, but you know what? Fuck it. I don't care how PC you are. I'm just going to say lesbian, butch, dyke, whatever. So, I got written up for that. If you don't like the name, get the fuck over it. But anyways, so there was a day where we were working, and the frozen dairy truck arrived. He took my pallet, and one of the support managers, who we were buddies, I mean, we were all friends. His name was Josh. He was a really cool guy. We worked hard for him. He knew we worked hard. He was cool with us. We talked about comics and movies and everything. We all got along. I mean, shit. But there was a night where he got so pissed off. I mean, we were working hard. And Benji decided to take my fucking pallet jack. And I had nothing to take the frozen dairy truck. And he got fucking mad. Because Benji was being an asshole. And he started cursing. And he got literally on his walkie-talkie and told the other support manager and told fucking the manager that night, I think John, who was there, fucking had to calm him down because Benji pissed him off. I mean, I was literally like fucking, whoo, finally caught his ass in the act. But he was still there the next day. So I believe a few days after that, when my great grandmother passed away, I came back. I don't know what happened after those 3 days, but he decided to become a big dick. And he wanted to fight me. He just said everything under the fucking sun. I tried ignoring him. I got to the point of where I just fucking got in his face and I said, you need to shut the fuck up. And I almost fucking fought him. And one of the managers literally just come back there, did not even say anything. They said, hey, Tyler, you need to calm down. You need to calm down, dude. Hey, you need to calm down. Tell me to calm down? Why don't you go tell that motherfucker over there, my fucking supervisor, and he needs to shut his fucking mouth and get to work. So, he pretty much got transferred to another Walmart. I said, I cannot fucking work with this bastard anymore. And when he got transferred, he tried to get into a fight with another person at that other store, and he got fired himself. Congratulations, dumbass. So, after he left, that dude I was telling you about, Tony, came back. I had no problems with him, but when he started drinking energy drinks, I don't know what happened, but man, he got pissed. He was mad. I mean, he was a big dick. I mean, he really was. I mean, he said I backstabbed him a lot of times. You know what? I'm sorry, but a support manager or a manager comes up to tell me what the fuck is he doing, what the fuck is he telling you to do, I'm gonna go up and tell a fucking manager. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking not disobey my fucking managers because I wasn't gonna lose my job at the time. So it was just a crazy whirlwind. It wasn't that bad every other night, but we got through it. We got it done. He had like a semi-heart attack or like a stroke in the truck, and he pretty much just he left, took pills and everything, and then the medicine they gave him from the hospital, he had to pass another drug test, and he failed the drug test, and so they had to fire him because of what the doctors gave him. So he lost his job, and I felt bad for him, even though, you know, we were toe to toe with each other. I mean, at the end of the night, you know, he was still very nice to us. So, after we lost him, it was back to the 5 of us. And then that's where shit hit the fan almost every night. So, we got new managers. I can't remember their names. It was Dave, some Mexican chick who looks like Consuela, a younger version of Consuela, and he was a gay dude named, it started with a J, John or Joseph or something, but he was really sweet, and he knew we worked hard. So, with the 5 of us, we worked hard every night. I mean, we had probably maybe, if we were lucky, three people working a night doing the truck when there was 5 of us. We had one person on each side, just 2 of us, me and Clark, and then Aaron threw the truck. We had no help. We had to get those trucks done every night with just 3 people. And we had to work overtime. We had to get overtime. We had to cut it each night. We had to come in either late, we had to cut our lunches, or we had to leave early. And it fucked us up. It really did. Because one person literally had to leave, or 2 of us had to leave, and the other person had to stay and work hard. We got fucked badly. I mean, even on the weekends, if we were lucky, if we had like Jeffrey or Dale. Dale didn't do nothing. I mean, he was just a lazy ass motherfucker. I mean, he really and truly was. I mean, there were times where I had to go out and I had to restock the water out. That took forever because there was so much water. We went through so much. It was ridiculous. And if there was a spill, I literally sat there for a fucking hour waiting on a custodian or somebody to walk by. That was ridiculous. But and the other fun time was when we had to do carts, because when they told us we had to hurry up and get the truck done, and then we had to go do carts afterwards. So we sat there for about 2-3 hours getting carts done, and then all the managers leave, and here comes the night shift managers going like, what the fuck are y'all doing? We're told to do carts. Y'all need to be pulling freight, doing break pack boxes, and getting grocery down stacked. Okay. So we all get into the office the next day because we did what night shift says. And night shift manager got in trouble for it. But we got a job to do. We're called IMS. We're supposed to be in the back. Jesus Christ. So after a little while, we all worked hard. Managers kept fucking us over and over again. Now, there was one day where I came in. I worked all by myself. Let's see. I come in, I set up at 3 because we didn't have a supervisor at the time. And I had to leave at 12. I sat up, I got all the grocery out, and got the truck prepped up, ready to go, all about 3:50, and the brake pack station ready to go. So, after all that was said and done, we worked hard. No, not worked hard, sorry. So, I started working. By myself. Managers just literally did not even come back there at all to look. I was the only one back there working the whole entire truck by myself. I wasn't even halfway through and it was 8 o'clock. Because I was literally filling up the line to the end of the truck, and I was literally sitting here like I didn't even have a 15-minute break, haven't had a lunch break or nothing. And here comes one of the support managers coming to help me. That was only one person helping me. And I wasn't even happy to have that. I almost cried because I had help. Third shift came in and helped me finish up. I did not get out till about like 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And then I had to come back in the next day. I was so tired. I was so fucking mad. And I had to work again by myself because it was a no truck day. Which I had to pull every last pallet out there. And I was told by my manager, if there's nothing that is bolted to the ground, take it out. And I got in trouble so much with with the night manager. He said, "Do not fucking take that out. Thank you." I'm like, dude, I was told to take everything out. That was overstock. That second shift working was supposed to be bend in. Well, guess what? I was told to take everything out. Everything. It was ridiculous. Motherfuckers. Yeah, so we finally got trained on the electric jack and all that fun stuff. That was a lot of fun. But the downside to learning those, when you're doing the electric jack and you're trying to do the frozen dairy truck, I would like to advise you to be fucking very careful if you do, because when I was doing it, it was so frozen and wet. The tires would spin sometimes. And right when you get under that pallet, you're literally trying to press that button, lift it up. The pallet starts to... the top where all the merchandise is, like, the whole pallet's about to fall over. And I'm trying to sit here and be super careful with it. And the door is open so very little, because you know that top's going to hit it. Well, I'm backing out very slowly, and next thing I know, there goes half the pallet onto the ground. Why? Because it's poorly fucking stacked. And there's times where they put it in sideways. Why in the fucking hell would you put it in sideways? You're gonna break the fucking pallet. They made me so mad on that fucking dairy truck. I'm serious. Now, meat and produce wasn't that bad. But I will say this. When it comes to the meat and produce truck, woof. That's some heavy shit. I mean, it's fucking heavy. It literally takes 2 people to push that shit. Even the strongest guy we had on our crew, Aaron, you still had to fucking pull it. Same with the fucking water pallets. They were fucking heavy as hell. Those dog food pallets too were a bitch. We had to downstack those and had to get the fucking bird feed out of there. Why in the fuck would you put bird feed at the bottom? It does not go with the pets. Believe me, I checked. It goes with fucking lawn and garden. So we had a very small receiving. We really did. We had a small stock room and a big stock room. The big stock room is where we unloaded. Small stock room is where we had to put most of the shit. And when there's a no truck day, you gotta pull out the small stock room. And that motherfucker's hard to get all that shit out of there. But, the McLean truck wasn't that bad. The McLean truck was actually pretty easy. The candy was heavy, but... Now, when it came to the dairy truck, that was a little different. You had to be very precise with the frozen dairy truck. You had to count every last, like, bottle or jug. I mean, and the dairy driver had to confirm it. And man, that could take fucking hours on end. Let's see. I got my third write-up, actually, when, I thought a family member of mine was going to die, and the doctor said it, and he miraculously pulled through. And Walmart's still kind of that against me. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to sit here and work when my family member is about to almost die, and the doctor literally confirms it, but miraculously pulled through. But seriously, they don't care about fucking family. They don't. They care about you getting fucked up. Now, my experiences throwing the truck, ooh, fucking hell. Oh, man. When you're throwing that truck, you gotta be fast. I mean, you got to be fast. I got some muscle on that truck, but when it was winter, it wasn't that bad. But when it became like summer, it was hot. I was wearing shorts and the little polo t-shirts. I literally looked like I went swimming with my clothes on. It was that hot. I mean, I literally was down stacking in the truck. I down stack when I'm in the truck. A lot of people didn't. But I don't like sitting there having to pull out the pallets out and down stack later on. So when we got all the normal freight done, we usually down stack. But I down stack as I go in the truck. I never quite explained brake packs yet. That was my fault. But when down stack, when doing the truck, you gotta be fast. The line we had was so awful. I mean, half the wheels were stuck or gone. You're in a little gap. And you have to literally stop at times because people got to catch up. And the line's backed up. And it's so high. I literally been hit in the face with like glass jars and everything. It hurt a lot. I had been bruised up in the truck quite a bit. Did management care? No. Why? Because the manager, Benji, I had at the time, said, if I report any injury or anybody in our team does, he literally physically said he is going to hurt and or kill us. Because he wants his quote-unquote free pizza. I said, are you fucking serious? He's like, yeah, you better not, because I want my fucking pizza, bitch. I was like, oh fucking K, it's just fucking pizza. So, we got our fucking truck done. I kind of did a little better, I think, in my opinion, because I down stacked and I didn't miss any boxes. I always checked. Now, when we got the manure, ooh, it made the truck stink. Especially vinegar. Oof. Those trucks were awful when they smell like that. Now, when it's two trucks and you got a lot of freight, oof, that's a lot of fucking shit to pull off. Now, when you got brake pack boxes, I'm sorry I forgot to mention that. It basically, what you're doing is you're separating these small quantities. Say like HBA, pharmacy. You're trying to specifically get them from like cough and cold to feminine items to stuff like that to hairspray, and we very rarely had lawn and garden, but it was mostly Christmas stuff. We did have hunting, automotive, sporting goods, pets. I hate fucking pets. I think we got more HBA pharmacy than anything. I literally had pallets like stacked high. And celebrations too. Celebrations in the office supplies. Oh, I hated that so much. The one that rarely did come quite a bit, if I'm correct, was toys. Toys, we barely. Babies was also big too. But, I hated it. I had to sort through all that shit. I was in a small space where I had to sit here and do this. You only get these, like, little gray, like, tote-looking things. You only had so much time to finish that. You had to be just... You had to be done with one box in, like, a minute. That was hard to do. It's easy, like, when you've got so much room, but it's so small. I literally had to use brake pack boxes just to fill up stuff. We got so much cough and cold and all this other crap. I literally could barely move. I had brake pack boxes out, like, in the fucking way where people couldn't pull pallets out. Because I had so much just going on. I barely had any freaking free totes. because so many people use the totes for like damaged goods, or it's hidden. I'm like, I cannot get 4 pallets done in an hour. That's hard to do. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm busting my ass by myself. I can only do so fucking much. And I hated when we got apparel. Why can't they put fucking apparel different? Why do even break packs exist? I mean, yes, I can understand it small quantities. Put it in fucking boxes. And let fucking third shift deal with it. I don't want to sit here and have to deal with this little random bullshit. Now, when we switched to Cap Team 2, that's where shit got interesting. Because we had to come in 2 to 11. And bullshit, and I mean bullshit happened. We were known as causing all problems. That's what we called it. So after the causing all problems started, nothing really much changed except we had to work the freight. We barely got to do that because we were still up in the bullshit. And let's see. I think at 2 o'clock we had to come in and start doing grocery for like an hour or two. And then we had our breaks early. And then we had to come and do truck. And we had to do apparel. We had to fucking check in apparel. Because our apparel lady was gone already. We didn't have time to fucking do apparel. We had no time. Because we still had only a certain amount of people. At that time. But when we started doing Cap Team 2, we lost Dale. Because he decided to take one too many days off, no call, no show. We were glad he's gone. Because he was known as Dumbass Dale. We called him Dee. And when he left, me, 2 of the other guys and the support manager, we used to call him the whale. So when he left, we'd all do the whale, like we'd do like that was our way of saying goodbye to him. It was pretty funny, but yeah. He was a dumbass. I think like a month later we lost Jeffrey, because I don't know what happened to him to make him so pissed off, but I think management pissed him off to the point of where he was trying to clock out and he punched the time clock and he lost his job. We were down to 3 people. Me, Clark, and Jeffrey. Bullshit just started hitting the fan times 2. Because we got the co-manager was now over us. And the co-manager was working 1-to-1. And he was bullshitting us all the way through. Now, we got a new supervisor who was one of the support managers, Jeremiah. We all love Jeremiah. Jeremiah was fucking funny. He looked intimidating, but he was one of the biggest teddy bears you'll ever meet. He was so nice. I miss him to this very day. But, we told him watch out for the bullshit, and he finally understood. Me and him got to a fight one day, but I told him, I said, look, understand my point of view. And then me and him were on the same page after all of us talked together, and he never yelled at us. We all sat in a team, talked, and everything, because we all knew the bullshit. I come in every day, and he jokes with me, and I just said, cool. And he'd ask me what's up, if anything bad happening, and he'd always talk with me. He was a great supervisor, and we all worked hard with him. And let's see. And we did have some third shift people who came in with us. Both their names was Evelyn and Fran. Both of them were so sweet, so nice. They worked grocery with us. They knew the pain that we went through, because back when we were doing the 4-to-1 before we went to Captain 2, they were on third shift. And they came to ours, and we said, welcome to hell. Because they had to do the truck with us a few times, and we're like, Welcome to what we do. Now you know we're paying. Yeah. So, after pretty much the whole Cap Team 2 thing, I think the worst thing that we got in trouble for was one night we had to literally leave at 11 because a lot of stuff was not done. We did not clean up the truck. Claims was not done. The electronics was not checked in. And the food claims was not done either. We were told to go home. And one of the managers, John, comes back there and is like, no, I need you on the floor. We need to get fucking freight done. Hey, it ain't my fault that y'all are running all the fucking third shift away. Wonder why fucking people keep leaving and fucking wanting to quit. Are you kidding me? So, I literally had to go up and apologize to the person who worked in electronics and said, department manager, and said, look, I'm sorry, but I couldn't do it. No one checked in electronics that night. Because I told him, I said, hey, co-manager told me not to. And literally, the store owner got mad about it. And the co-manager pulls me off the side and said, don't you ever fucking pull me under the bus like that again, motherfucker. He literally cussing me out and shit. I'm like, are you kidding me? The store owner wanted us to stay late and get it done. He accepted that we could... He said it was okay that only us truckers could get that little bit of overtime that night. No. We got in trouble with the fucking co-manager because he wanted to be a little bitch. So, after we lost Dale and Jeffrey, we finally got some help. The cashiers from the front and a few other people from electronics came and helped us, which was so nice. It was like a breath of fresh air, along with lawn and garden kids. But that only happened for so long. Because here it comes. Guess who's going to call them back? The freaking managers up front. Hey, we need you to come back to do your returns. Hey, we need you to come back and help a customer. Hey, we need you to come back and do this and do that. And even though the managers above them said no, they need to stay back there and help with the truck. No, they all fighting and doing all this other shit because there's too many fucking customers. So guess who's getting in trouble? Because we only have 3 freaking people working on the truck. I don't know what it is about those fucking motherfuckers out front. We needed the fucking help. I understand you got a bunch of people waiting to cash out and shit. But you gotta think, though, we're the backbone. We gotta get the shit out of here. We gotta get the fucking product out there. They didn't care. They didn't fucking care one bit. So, I think the hardest part when it came to like September, October, that's when we started getting like Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and candy and a bunch of other crap. Oh, and Black Friday. Oh my god. Everything was doubled when it gets close to the big holidays. 2 trucks a night is what it was because we had so much, and I mean so much Black Friday shit. It's not even funny. We had nowhere to put regular freight because we were stocked up on Christmas because the whole small stock room's full of toys and everything. And we had like 2-3 trailers already full of stuff, of overstock and everything. And everybody's bending them, but there's nowhere to bend that stuff. Because it's all so full. And everything's full up top. There's not much you can fucking do. So, you're literally working in a tight space because there's so many pallets. You can't even get that second truck done. You literally have to start pulling every last thing out and then you have to start working on the second truck. It was nightmare. I've never seen so much Christmas shit coming in like 3 months. I'm dead serious. We got so much Christmas crap. It was not even funny. There was nowhere to put it. We literally, third shift had nowhere to even, like, back when third shift was still a thing, like the IMS third shift support. They had nowhere to bend that shit. They literally could not even work back there. It was that bad. It was very bad. I think what should have happened is we should have had what do they call them? Oh, a bigger receiving. Because all the crap we got could have probably gone into lawn and garden, to where they keep the flowers and stuff. If they would have kept like a tarp or something over there, we probably could have put a bunch of that crap in there. No problem. Now they didn't want to do that. Working Black Friday was probably one of the worst things I've ever had to do. I worked 2 Black Fridays. The first Black Friday was so awful. I literally had to sit here and had to stop people from like trying to get into the product. And then I just gave up because I was told not to like touch the people and stuff, and they weren't listening to me. So I was just like, okay, just do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. I swear, they literally come out of nowhere and just start ganging up and just taking all this crap, getting into fights. And they needed help with like big merchandise pickup. I was like, I'm down for that. So that wasn't that bad. It was, a lot of the stuff was heavy, trying to fit it into small cars and crap, but I was just fucking happy to get away from all those people. It was so nice. But I did not want to work fucking Thanksgiving. Fuck Walmart for that. They should have been fucking closed. They want to make a fucking profit. They're open fucking 24 fucking hours. You can make a fucking profit. Y'all stay fucking busy. Now, Christmas Eve is a little different. Yes, we still got trucks. Sadly, nothing you can do. We did nothing but boring returns all day. I mean, returns are so tedious. It's like break pack boxes, but times 10 bullshit. And then you had the last hour of trying to get every last pallet out of there. And it was only 3 of us to get it done. We barely even got, like, what, maybe 20 pallets out? Because we were all trying to get the rocket carts and the L carts out of the way. It was awful. I mean, awful. So, I've got 3 more things I want to say, then I'm going to end the video. The one, when I had the electric pallet stacker, or whatever they call it, the one that reaches the 4 pallets up on top of the metal beams or whatever. I have had so many encounters to where these pallets are not well stacked at all, and they're just barely shrink wrapped. I have pulled pallets down to where they fall on top of me, or they fall on top of the darn thing. And there's some pallets where they're like together, and they're rubbing up against each other, and you literally have to get it down, and it's hard. I had this one guy, his name was Ian, and it was a whole bunch of like celebrations. The dude barely stacked it. He had a whole bunch of filing cabinets and a bunch of other stuff just thrown on there, barely shrink wrap it. I don't know how the fuck he got it up there, but I had to pull that pallet down like about 2 weeks later. The whole thing crumbles, and here comes the manager, all mad. And we literally had to 30 minutes, had to restack the darn thing, get it right, because a lot of that crap was busted and had to do claims. That's where the 30 minutes part came into. And we had to put it back up because I had to do picks. Picks is bullshit, but bales wasn't that bad. Bales were easy. The only other two problems I had, a manager named Dave who came in. He got me into a fight with another guy named Dave who's on third shift. I literally was working one night and pets, well, not working pets, but pulling pets out. And he literally starts saying some shit like, man, you all are stupid. Y'all need to start doing some more shit. And he literally looks at me and says, you know what? No wonder why Dave is mad at you. No wonder fucking why he's disappointed at you. He thinks you're a slacking bitch. And smiles and goes off. I'm like... I go and talk to Dave. And he literally go up to him. And I'm like, hey man, you got a problem with me? In a nice tone. He's like, no, why? And I told him what happened. He said, oh no man, I would never do anything like that. He literally gave me a big hug and said, brother, I'm not mad at you. You're one of my favorite people here. Don't listen to him. He's nothing but a piece of shit. And I told the support manager, and he's like, motherfucker. Trying to start shit. And so, a couple weeks after that, let's say a good deed gone bad on my end. I took someone home that night from work. I come in the next day to work. Something had happened. They caught wind of it. Something was in my jacket. Because apparently she thought somebody broke into her house and I went in there. With not like a weapon, but kind of like a, you know, something that was protecting me. And I was like, oh crap. I was like, hey, I gotta go take care of something. I gotta go to my truck. And they caught me on camera in my truck trying to do something. And I saved her life. And she, nobody really did break in. Somebody did break into her house, but they were long gone. But she felt so happy that I was there for her and everything. And I was on 2-week probation from the job until you see if they could still keep my job. Nope. She fought so hard to keep my job. I didn't want it anymore after all the bullshit I went through, but she fought so hard. She loved me to death. She cried. She held me when I lost my job. She said, I'm so sorry. I tried and tried and tried. She did what she could. My last day, I go in there, sign papers. I was done. Aaron, Clark were mad. They were sad to see me go. My supervisor, Jeremiah, everybody I was friends with, including the support manager, Josh. Everybody was upset that I left. They said I could rehire within 6 months. I said, hell no. I left out of there. I was like, I'm out of here, bitches. Then I went to work for Dell after that. I stopped by in that Walmart a few times, say hi to people. I had offers to be like, hey, come join the truck crew again. I said, hell no. They wanted me to be department manager of automotive. I said, no. Oh, thank you. No. And then I've learned that all the people I've worked with are gone. Jeremiah got transferred. Then he quit because he got tired of the bullshit at that store. Clark got fired. No one really told me what happened, but I heard he's now a security guard somewhere and he's loving it. Aaron went to first shift, and I heard he quit because he got tired of the bullshit. They didn't promote him. He was so close to being promoted. He didn't get it. And there's no one else original in the truck crew that I worked with. We were the best crew they had. From what I hear now, they've got a whole bunch of teenagers and maybe like 2 people that are like over 20. And that's about it. They say they got all the managers doing the truck before they get there. I've had people ask me to come back. I said, hell no. They've got all new managers there, all new store manager, except for one support manager. Josh is still there, and one of the night shift managers named Sean. He's still there. It's the only 2 managers left that I know. Few people that I used to work with are still there. A lot of them gone. I don't blame them. I don't fucking blame them. So, after everything's said and done, that was pretty much my Walmart experience. I do not recommend working there. I really wish you don't, but if you do, do not be a truck unloader. From all the experience I've had, especially the Cap Team 2, it was not worth it. It was not worth it. I swear to God. The hour lunches were nice, but it just was not worth it. And I was so close to the $10 an hour, but hey, so there you go. That was my experience. So, anyways, alright guys, this is Zimmy and Basis. I talked and or ranted, or basically I just told you my story about how I worked at Walmart. And I hope you have a good night when you're watching this. Thanks for watching.